Hi, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I'm doing like a little chit chat, get ready with me. I'm heading out to go see some friends because COVID is not about to ruin our 2020 summer. And so since I was doing that, I decided why not do a quick get ready with me, but also have a chit chat. I've had a few things on my mind that I wanted to say, and so let's get right into that. And I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing. I have everything laid out here, and I have my mirror right here because I'm gonna get another mirror. I'm also gonna be using this mirror because I need to be able to see my makeup, especially when I'm doing like the really in-depth like eyeliner stuff. So this is my everyday like basic girl routine. If you see me and you see my face, this is what I have on my face. I don't do too much because I just don't want to have so much on my face. I find that when I do so much stuff, it just ends up not looking right. So anyways, enough rambling. So I wanted to talk about boundaries and dating and talk about how, one sec, my hair is in my way. Let me see if I can, I'm just gonna pack that away because it's annoying me. Okay. I just wanted to see if we can talk about boundaries, and we're gonna start off with putting this on our face. So as I was saying, when you start off in a relationship or start off in the dating phase with someone, sometimes we're a little scared to tell that person exactly what it is that we demand or what we don't like, because we don't want to scare that person off. We don't want that person to think that we're too demanding and we want too much and we need too much. But I feel like it's really important that you tell them your boundaries in the beginning, because it's a lot easier to curb a certain behavior in the beginning rather than trying to curb that behavior later on in the relationship. Because that person's gonna think, well, you've been okay with this all this while. Why all of a sudden are you now demanding all of these extra things? But it's not that you're all of a sudden demanding them. It's just you're now realizing what you're truly worth, and you're now coming to explain that to that person. But if you didn't tell them in the beginning, they will think that that was okay. So you were pretty much reinforcing that negative behavior that you wanted to not have, right? So it's important that you let them know right from the jump, I don't like this type of behavior and I will not accept it. Okay? I wrote my note down, so let me see what I have to write so that I don't forget what it is that I wanted to say. Okay, so I was like, every relationship is important and it could either be a lesson or a blessing, which I think is absolutely true. There's so many relationships that I've been in, and I found that because of those relationships, I've been able to understand what I truly want and what is meant for me and what's really important. And so don't ever look at a specific situation and think, oh my God, I can't believe I went through that. You went through it for a reason, trust me. So what else did I write? I was like, some people learn from books, others learn from movies, they learn from seeing other people's experiences, but I learn when the experience is very profound. So true. I'm the kind of person who doesn't really learn from other people's mistakes or doesn't learn from seeing what other people do. I have to learn from recognizing other people or my own mistakes. I have to go through specific things, and the situation has to be really profound for me to have such a life-moving experience is necessary in order for me to decide and know that that kind of behavior is not for me. So guys, do not be scared about how I'm drawing my eyebrows. I don't have any brows and I need brows, and so I draw them super long, but we'll fix them later. Don't worry, trust me. I don't end up looking bad, at least I don't think. But anyway, so I brush it down to like minimize it and to make it look presentable. I'm liking it. It's looking good. This is not the final product, don't worry, I am not a crazy person. But yeah, like I was saying, there's so many relationships that I've experienced in my life, and those relationships have been the most profoundly bad situations, and they really taught me about things that are not good for me. And there's so many things that I now demand from relationships that I would have never demanded if I didn't go through certain relationships. And some of them were profoundly good. Like, of course, there were certain things that weren't good, which is why we're obviously not together today. But there were some things that were profoundly good that I just realized that I will not accept less from another person. If I've experienced this kind of love or this kind of respect, I will not expect anything less from another human being. Our cheekbones. I think it's really important that you sculpt your cheekbones, because cheekbones can make or break your whole makeup look. And I do all my makeup backwards, guys. I don't have any specific order in which I do my makeup. I just do it the way I like. Sometimes I like to do this after I do my highlighting, so I can blend my highlighting and make it look normal. So anyway, next point is that you want to, your boundaries are super personal to you. Boundaries are not something that you have to feel the need to explain to anybody. If this is what you don't want, it's what you don't want. You don't have to explain those boundaries to anybody else. Whoever doesn't understand or doesn't get what you need, doesn't get what you need, and they shouldn't be in your life anyways. If they want to be in your life, they need to play by your rules. So this reminds me of, I work in GS1. GS1's a company that provides barcodes to people, but because we provide barcodes, we're kind of like an intermediary between grocery sellers and the vendors, like retail stores and the vendors. Whenever vendors want to work with retailers, they have to meet a specific requirement. They cannot get into those retail stores without meeting that requirements, and it might mean getting GS1 barcodes. It might mean other requirements that they need to do before they can even get their foot in the door and sell products in Walmart. If you guys know the trouble that vendors go through before they can actually put their products in stores like Walmart, you wouldn't even want to know. But pretty much that's the way you should think about your relationship and think about yourself. You are the retailer, you are the prize, you are the one who has a lot more to offer. Just think about that in your head. And whoever wants to sell in your store, whoever wants to come into your space and have access to your energy needs to match your needs. They cannot just come anyhow and expect to receive the exact same treatment from you that somebody else who was coming correct would receive. And that's one thing that I feel like we need to recognize as women and men. Whoever it is, sometimes we can be pushovers. We give people respect regardless of how they treat us, or we give people access to ourselves regardless of how they treat us. Honestly, you need to be able to be selective with who gets access to you and who doesn't get access to you. Not everybody should just have access to you simply because they want to. No, that's not how it works. It's whoever is deserving of my time, my respect, and myself would be the one that gets access to me. It's not just everybody that will just come up and down and will do whatever, trample on my boundaries, and they just get access like that. So that's one more thing that I think is super important. Let your boundaries be set. You don't have to explain it to nobody. You don't see Walmart saying, oh, well, this is why we need you to do all of these requirements. No, they say, this is my requirement for you to sell in my store. If you don't meet these requirements, you don't get into my space. And that's how you should feel about your boundaries. If they don't meet your requirements, they don't get into your space. Your energy is pure and important, and it should be protected at all costs. Okay? Not just everybody can, get up in your space. I ruined my beauty blender, but that's okay. It still works fine. We still have one section that works perfectly fine. So I like to do this, and this just helps. Honestly, I don't know. So my phone keeps cutting me off and it's pissing me off, but my hands are dry. I'm gonna put some lotion on that. Okay, my hands are so dry. Gosh, why are they so crusty? So where did we stop? So I'm just gonna check my book to see where we stopped. I think I talked about do not compromise, set them and stick to them, reinforce good. Ooh, this is my next point that I really wanted to talk about. So reinforcing good behavior. Oh my God, this is something that I really need to learn. I'm really terrible at reinforcing good behavior. I'm good at negatively reinforcing bad behavior, but I'm not good at positively reinforcing good behavior. So we're gonna talk about those two things while I do my second I think it's this I that I haven't done. Okay, God help me that I do this while I'm talking on camera. If I cannot do it, I'm just gonna leave it and we will talk about it when I get back from doing my eyeliner. But let's see. So full disclosure, the outro or this outro was filmed actually days after the initial video was filmed because I had to quickly leave. I had to get my stuff together, leave. My time management skills were poor, so I couldn't film the end of the video. I had to like quickly get my makeup together and just leave the house. So I filmed it today, and this is pretty much, I wanted to make sure that I finished everything that I had to say. Re-watching the videos I had already pre-filmed, I realized that I didn't close out the video and I obviously didn't say the most important things that I wanted to say, so I wanted to make sure that I said them today. So I have my notes here. The 4 things that I think you should get out of this video with regards to dating and boundaries. Ooh, let's make sure that we're secure. Okay. So the first thing is make sure you set it early. Do not wait till last minute. Do not wait till you've been dating this person for a month, 2 months, 3 months to now tell them what your boundaries are or to stop them when they're crossing your boundaries. 2, do not compromise on your boundaries. Set them, stick to them. Make sure that you are portraying the exact same message every single time. Number 3 is you do not have to explain. Don't feel the need to explain your boundaries to anybody. Don't feel the need to tell them or say, oh, well, this is why. No, set your boundaries. They are your boundaries for a reason. As long as you understand them and you understand why they are important to you, you don't necessarily have to explain it to somebody else. If you wanted to, that's great, but don't feel the need to as well. And then the last one is positively reinforce behaviors that align with your standards. So that's the last thing. Make sure that when someone does something that aligns with your standards or with your boundaries, like this person is making a conscious effort to work with your needs, make sure that you're positively reinforcing that. Like I was gonna say, I'm really bad with positively reinforcing good behaviors. When someone is really nice to me, I kind of just think, well, that's how you're supposed to act. But no, it's like, let them know. Say like, thank you so much for bringing me flowers, or thank you so much for telling me the truth, or whatever the case may be, whatever is within your boundaries, make sure that you're positively reinforcing it so that it encourages them to keep doing it for you. Anyways, that is the video. This is the makeup look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, love you.